2, 3. And the film is rolling. This video is about the complete collapse and okay, I know I'm supposed to look over here. I'm gonna still look at myself. Austin, Texas is gone forever. It's not coming back. Absolutely not. Before I begin this tirade, I want to point out that in just my whatever fucking 34 or 5 days in Austin, and one of the best parts of Austin, one of the least crime-ridden, I had 9 attempts to murder me. The last attempt was premeditated, and the guy had clearly stated that he said, "I'm going to kill you, Jew. Fuck you, Jew." Totally racist by a Latino, which my Latino friends very promptly kneecapped that motherfucker within about 48 hours. He's not going to be found again, at least walking. Look, all of you fucking homo, weirdo, Portlandia, West Coast motherfuckers that have taken over Austin, you really suck. I mean, suck big time. Austin, Texas used to be one of the most beautiful places on this planet, and you turned it into a complete shithole. All you skinny jeans. I saw so many guys that, except for maybe around the crotch area where they had to hide their puniness, I could tell that like the rest of those skinny jeans was like, literally was like a sprayed on, some kind of that mascara, that fibrous material that you just spray on yourself. It was either that, actually it couldn't be spandex. Could not be spandex. It was sprayed on because their daddy inherited like a bunch of money from their daddy out in Silicon Valley, and then they moved to Austin to be all hip and cool. And there's another thing I want to point out about Austin is that in listening to people, their cars and stuff like that, almost all of you are listening to that bullshit, brainwashed. And it's not Kendrick Lamar, but it's some kind of rap crap. And I've actually listened to the lyrics over and over again, which makes no fucking sense. You have to be a complete retard, which most of the people in Austin, Texas now are fucking retards. You're either one of them downtown condo, I moved here from Portland and San Francisco to get away from the taxes and other stuff like that, and from constantly being raped in the butt. No. I'm so disappointed because in my youth, we used to go to Austin to have fun. It was a great place. And now it's complete shit. It's a dung heap. I really can't say enough bad about Austin, Texas. And recently I've watched 2 or 3 videos, new videos on YouTube where like some guy's walking around talking about, here's the history of Texas. And he's some fucking Yankee motherfucker, West Coast, West Coaster. And he and his gay brother don't know anything about Texas. You really have no idea what it's like to be in Austin, Texas right now. I'm sure it's just as bad as Portland, San Francisco, Portland, Maine, Boston. This is just one of many. I'm going to try to keep this real short, but if you live in Austin, Texas, and you support the crap that's going on there, like, what is it, that chief, the police chief that just resigned, which until I actually read the article, didn't realize that he was a she. It's fucked up, man. I'm trying to tell all of you, do not go to Austin, Texas, unless you actually even real close to downtown is one of the biggest shitholes. I need to back up here right now. One of the problems I dealt with and became very famous for, the cops even liked me and the local business owners liked me because the biggest selling drugs in Austin, Texas right now are meth, smokable meth, like the phosphate, and also synthetic cannabis. Why the fuck in a state that grows like a shit ton of pot would you want to buy? Because, well, I know why. It's because you're lamoids and it's legal. The K2 Kush, you know, 2 grams for $4. I had some fucking kid approach me one night when I was grabbing a cup of coffee at 7-Eleven where I was much admired for running off every motherfucking meth whore, meth dealer, putting them in jail. And that's actually in that area, that's where the majority of the attempts against my life was made. Actually, let's get into that right now. Let me see. In Austin, I was carrying a tool I carry every day because at my age and my grip strength, etc., I have to carry. I carry a knife I got on sale at Walmart. It's got a 2.5-inch blade. It's very wide, which is really good for cutting arteries. I'm not stupid. But also, I have to sometimes, and actually, if you haven't noticed, like Gatorade, often they do not properly crimp their caps, and you have to cut them off. And there's all kind of food packaging that you need to. You actually, if you don't have a knife on you, you're not going to get them open. So I carry a knife all the time. Let's review. Let's take the night that because I'm at 8 minutes. I'm going to stop at 10. Let's take the night that this gay meth dealer attacked me with one of those small but very expensive and very sharp and short-handled pry bars, which one whack will cut you right straight to the middle of your brain. He and his gay boyfriend, who had a katana, a Japanese sword, attacked me. You know what? All I had to do was pull out my little knife, and I may go 12 minutes, and show them that I'm not afraid. Do you see any fear in these eyes? And that I would definitely get a lethal cut on one or both of them, and they backed off. Just complete chicken shit. And like a day or two later, like one of them was arrested, and I got him arrested again for criminal trespass and all this other crap. It's just amazing when you have two gay lovers attack you, one with a pry bar that weighs about 8 pounds, and it's really, some would call it a crowbar, but it's not. It's a pry bar. It's a lot sharper. And then the other guy had a Japanese sword. Yet, Actually, I told this. I'll tell it in an upcoming story, upcoming video. Uh, they knew. I give them. I'll try to look at the camera honestly. I have this Clint Eastwood kind of look. Well, look at them and I let them know that you will die. You may hurt me, you may kill me, but you will die. And uh, it's just so hilarious. That's just one of many, many, many. Actually, the local cops there in that neighborhood of northeast Austin and stuff like that, which is normally very, very chill, except for the meth prostitution, meth sales, and sales of synthetic cannabis, either in the stores or out in the open, etc., by people trying to sell just kind of garbage. But it was so hilarious. It really was. They were actually several feet away at the curb and were about to approach and kill me, and yet they were afraid of a 2.5-inch knife that's about 1.5 inches wide. That means I'm going to get your carotid. I'm going to get your aorta. They were young. They were stupid. But they knew they had no chance against me, because when you have no fear, I don't, and that's what I want to talk about. I'm going to finish this at 13 minutes. I actually called because of my primary care provider, a female, wanted me to speak to a shrink, which I haven't spoken to a shrink in only in 25 years, and before that, 30 some odd years for my PTSD, etc. I was relaying to the medical personnel that I didn't even feel it the last time I was up in, I'm going to go 14 minutes. Last time I was up in Maine was 12 years ago. Had a hot girlfriend, told her you'd be the last. And, but her boyfriend, when he finally got out of jail for trying to strangle her to death while he was butt fucking her, Jana Pettigrew, and her boyfriend. I pulled a knife on him, but I really wasn't worried because I knew he wouldn't close. I kept telling him, close the space, close the space, close the space. Because one of the reasons I'm not in prison is because I've never harmed anybody that wasn't trying to kill me or somebody near me. As long as you're aggressing, number one, you're going to lose because I get to use your weight and your aggression against you. I am a trained fighter. And a lot of that training has just come from street, so, anyway, it was so amazing that 8 out of 9 people that tried to kill me in Austin recently, they backed off because they knew that, and in that moment, I'm going to finish at 15 minutes. That's what I was trying to convey to this psychotic shrink, actually through his girl. I'm not very fond of females anymore, although females find me very attractive. One of the things I've recently discovered is that, especially like Hindi women, love that fluffy white hair, that dark skin, and those blue eyes. But if I seem a little bit, probably going to go, and then it's going to show up as like 3 gigs. Take all night to upload because I'm not in Austin. The reason I didn't have to kill anybody in Austin was because I was fierce enough. A lot of people like to act, especially little tiny fucking punks like 5'4", 5'6", 5'8", 5'10", 140 to 200 pounds or something. You're a bunch of fucking pussies. You're dealing with an old man that really doesn't care whether he dies or not, but you're not going to fuck me up. If you get close to me, I will kill you. Simple as that. You threaten me, you come at me with weapons, the law favors me, not you. Simple as that. You come at me, which has happened all my life. You come at me with weapons or other, the law favors me, not you. Simple as that. I've never been arrested for harming another human being because they were always attacking me. And often I left the scene before they deceased. And so there was no witnesses. You know, if you're a bad person, you really need to die. And this world is full of billions of really bad people. I'm including, fuck you, YouTube, I'm including the 1.7 billion Muslims on this planet. It was really amazing in Austin of the vagina-like quality of almost every male in Austin. I found, let me think, did I find any real men in Austin? No. They clung to me. Real men clung to me, hung around me, and called me King Kent, King Rat, and King of No Man's Land. Because I don't back down. I can't back down. I'm physically disabled. You come at me, I will kill you. That's what I was going to talk about. We're now going to 18 minutes, so I'll stop at 19. The thing that I was conveying to my so-called doctors, assistants, and stuff like that, was that unlike 12 years ago or long, it's been 20 some odd years since I felt that feeling. You know, when you, I'm going to say this real carefully here. When you're in a fight and you know it's going down and you know you're going to kill them, even though they may kill you, if you're a real soldier like me, you get this incredible silence. You get this incredible calmness. You know it's going to happen, but in this case, it never came to fruition. You know it's going to happen, and you accept the fact that you're about to die, but in the process, you know you're going to kill 1, 2, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people because you just become very calm. I don't know about you, but I know about other real old soldier PTSD types, not these meth heads coming out of the Middle East through the military. When you know you're about to die, you don't really give a shit. And you become very calm. And all you're thinking about is, as they approach, which artery am I taking out first? Carotid, aorta, how many times am I going to cut? Who am I, Who am I going to cut first? And that's pretty much it. I'd never felt such peace and quiet as I did when I was being attacked in Austin, because I figured I would die. I did not. And those, I'm sorry, I have to use the correct biological term, those faggots, those meth dealing faggots, they could tell that they were going to die. They could see the peace in me, that I was not worried about them. I was only deciding where to cut first and who to cut first.